Hello, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I'm Ron, and in this video I'd like to share with you 5 things you should know but may not about your Mavic Air. The first thing I'm going to tell you about was brought up by a neighbor of mine the other day when I was flying. Actually, he was flying his Spark, but this applies to both the Spark and the Mavic Air. So some of you know this already, but others may not. When you're landing your Spark or Mavic Air, you can flip it upside down to power it off. I like to do hand takeoffs and landings, but this is a personal choice when flying. This is a little tip or trick that could help you land your Spark or Mavic Air in close quarters, something like a boat landing, or if you're in like high brush or don't really have a good place to land, a hand launch or a hand catch is always a good option. Okay, the second thing that you may not know, the Mavic Air does not use OcuSync like some of the other DJI product lines. OcuSync is a wireless technology that provides less latency, greater transmission range, up to 4.3 miles or 7 kilometers, better video resolution. It would be nice if Mavic Air used the OcuSync technology, but I don't see that happening anytime in the near future. DJI, if you're watching, it'd be nice to have it. Even without this technology, the Mavic Air is still a great travel drone. Third thing you may not know is the Mavic Air can shoot 120 frames per second at 1080p, which is really nice footage. Here's some recent footage I took making use of the Mavic Air's 120 frame per second settings. Obviously, you'll need to know your shot so you can switch over to these settings ahead of time, but when you nail the shot, it can really make some nice footage. Okay, the fourth thing that you should know is you can ignore those updates in your DJI Go 4 app. You don't have to update when you're notified within the DJI Go 4 app. I prefer to research the updates first, and then once I'm familiar with what the update will do, then I make the decision whether or not to install them or not. Now, I say this because there have been a lot of bugs reported with newer versions of firmware. So again, it's always good to research before you install. The Mavic Air, the new Mavic Air I just received, the black one, is running the latest firmware version. Seems to be running okay. For my previous Mavic Air, the red one, I was running older versions of firmware, and that seemed to be fine as well. So it's a personal preference whether or not you want to install these updates. So just do your homework first. The fifth item is probably the most important of these tips. Before you take off, make sure you're getting a green indicator light across the top of your DJI Go 4 app, which is your system status bar indicator. Now, if this bar is not green and does not say ready to go GPS, then your GPS signal strength is too weak and you don't have enough satellites locked in to launch your Mavic Air safely. Trust me, if you get nothing else out of this video, make sure you remember this particular point. You want a green indicator across the top of your DJI Go 4 app before launching your Mavic Air. You'll notice in this screenshot that there are various modes that the system status bar can be in. You'll notice no positioning ADI mode when I'm indoors. In ADI mode, the aircraft vision systems are unavailable or disabled, and either the GPS signal is too weak or the compass is experiencing interference. Again, don't launch your Mavic Air outdoors if you're in ADI mode. For safe flights, wait until you're able to lock in your home point. You're not going to be able to do this until you have at least 9 satellites showing next to the GPS signal strength icon at the top of your DJI Go 4 app. Now, there are a number of factors that can impact how many satellites you can connect to, and the number of satellites can change throughout your flight. The trick is to get a good satellite lock before launching your Mavic Air, and if you follow the advice of DJI, they often suggest 11 or more satellites for solid performance. Now, I hope you found some or all this information helpful. We're always getting new Mavic Air flyers, so this may be a recap for some of you, but others, I'm hoping it provides you with a safer, more enjoyable flight experience. Don't forget, you can also follow me on Instagram, and don't forget to like, subscribe, ring that bell for notifications in the future for other videos that I'll post. And if you've been following this channel for a while, you know I crashed my red Mavic Air a few weeks ago. I was on vacation in Ocean City, Maryland. If you missed that update, you can check the video out here. I wanted to wish everyone a happy Labor Day weekend, and if you're a teacher or student going back to school soon, well, best of luck in 2019. And if there are topics you'd like me to cover in future videos, please be sure to leave comments below, as I do read all your comments. So thank you for those who contribute regularly. And until next time, happy flying and be safe.